Welcome to the Pits TV coverage of the 2015 Tour of Duty. Showcasing American cars in the Deep South, this annual event has attracted just short of 80 cars. The event starts at the Waikiwi Tavern in Invercargill and makes its way to Te Anau with a few stops in between. Sit back and enjoy 30 minutes of coverage from the 2015 Tour of Duty. Okay, welcome ladies and gentlemen along to Tour of Duty for the 2015 year, and of course an opportunity for a bunch of guys. I think there's 77 cars here today that are registered to go for a trip all the way to Te Anau with a few stops along the way. I hope you enjoy the show where we take the trip along with these guys and sort of cut in to see what it is they do. I'd like to take the opportunity now to introduce one of the organisers of the event. His name's Ray, and Ray, you say 9 years this event's been going for?
Yeah, this is the 9th year we've been running it, so looking forward to the 10th anniversary next year.
And so how did it all start? Like, I mean, you know, from right from the scratch, was it your idea or was it somebody else's idea?
It was myself and Ricky Shuttleworth, Neil Sadlier and Roger Bugden for us at the Tiratonga V8s one day, and just sort of yakking about. We've all got an American car and just probably talked about the absence of a winter run really, so we decided to do that. Start off with a few mates, sort of word of mouth got around, and next thing you know, It's definitely winter months, isn't it? For sure. I mean, she must be minus 27,000 degrees here at the moment. It is, mate. Actually, it's not a bad day today. The last couple of years we've had a bit of rain. We've had a bit of snow, and where we had to sort of follow the grader through it, one part of it. But yeah, it's all good.
Now they tell me, we've been talking to some guys about the Tour of Duty, and they say that it's very, very difficult to get on. And if you skip a year, you may as well say you can't get back on it again, isn't it?
Not entirely true actually. We do have a website where you can go online and register. It usually goes on at a certain time. We have our Facebook page and all that sort of thing where we notify when the entries will be live. So basically it's first in, best dressed, confirmation by payment, and so once the hotel's full, that's it. We do have a bit of a waiting list, and you know, if the unforeseeable happens and people can't make it, we call on those people, but yeah, so it is limited.
Okay, so what can we expect to see today as we follow you guys around the countryside? I mean, obviously some beautiful cars floating around. You stop at a couple of places. Give us an indication of where that's sort of going to be.
Yeah, we're stopping at Riverton, so we stop there. And there's nothing formal about it. People can just do what they want to do, you know, going for a couple of refreshments or a cafe or whatever. So from there, we'll cruise around the coast up through Tuatapere, and if people want to stop there, we've got to be at Blackmount at the Blackmount community putting on lunch for us up there as a fundraiser for them. So we've got to be there between 1:45 and 2 o'clock. Then on to Manapouri, bit of a stop there at the local pub, and then on to Te Anau.
Okay, well it sounds like it's going to be an exciting day, and thank you very much for inviting us along. We're looking forward to it, and yeah, hopefully it all comes nice and neat. And of course, at the end of the day, it's a bit of a party, I suppose, is the best way to put it, isn't it?
Bit of a private function, and you probably notice everyone's in a bit of dress up in the era, and so there's a few prizes going out that local Te Anau businesses have put up. So yeah, a bit of a hoo-ha up there. Be good.
Lots of fun. Well, thanks very much, Ray, and we look forward to catching up throughout the day.
Good as gold.
Alrighty, here we go. We've got now a chance to catch up with Perry. He's got this beautiful Galaxy that's right in front of us, and of course, Perry, beautiful looking machine. The detail's quite immense on this.
Yeah, cheers, man. Yeah, no, it's not a bad wagon. Yeah, had it for 5 years or so. Just brought it in from Aussie.
So was it already done?
Yeah, no, the paint work and all that was done, but I put the wheels on, you know, give it its stance, I guess. Yeah.
Give it a bit of bling, you reckon?
Yeah.
All right, so tell us a bit about the motor that's in it. What is it?
It's a 390, just with a 4-barrel Holly. Yeah, nothing special, just a bit of a standard sort of internals. Yeah.
Okay, so what is it exactly? No, it's a Galaxy. What year is it?
64 two-door fastback, pillarless. Yeah.
Are they reasonably rare? Is it one of those rare ones, or is there plenty of them around?
No, there's plenty of them around, mate. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like an absolutely fantastic car, mate. And is it your pride and joy? Do you sit there all weekend polishing it, making sure it doesn't get any water or dust on it?
Yes, I do, yeah. Pretty anal about it.
How do I know that was going to come out, eh? Well, you mate, yeah, let's just put it down to it. It's a beautiful looking machine, mate, and yeah, well done on that. The 77 cars now head off from the Waikiwi Tavern in Invercargill for the first stage, which will head off through Wallistown, making their way to Riverton, where several of the cars will take in the sights and sounds and the beautiful views from the seaside town. With most of the cars on the tour of duty stopping in Riverton to take in the sights, the tour now heads off from the Aparima Tavern, making their way to Tuatapere for stage 2, with some of the cars deciding to stop at the Colac Bay Tavern for some light refreshments. A beautiful wee seaside town on the way to Tuatapere. Okay folks, here we are at the Colac Bay Tavern in the middle of nowhere, and of course an opportunity to catch up with one of these beauty looking cars, a Mustang obviously, which is owned by Graham. Now Graham mate, tell us a bit of a history about this particular machine. It's very immaculate, isn't it?
Oh, I got it in from Las Vegas in 2007. It was a reasonably good car to start with, but required quite a lot of work to get it on the road. Steering box, so I replaced that with rack and pinion, and did a lot of work under the bonnet and a lot of body work on it and interior work.
Okay, so tell us a bit about the car itself. What sort of motor is it running?
It's a 64.5 convertible. It runs a A-Code 289 V8 and a C4 transmission with a 9-inch diff.
Now the motor you said, what did you say it was, sorry?
289 cubic inch.
Yeah, but the A-Code, was it A-Code?
A-Code, which is the GT spec code.
Okay, so does that mean it's got a wee bit of extra grunt?
Yeah, just a little bit more horsepower. It's a high performance is on there. It's 273 horsepower.
Oh, there we go, right then too. So, and I see it's a lot of detailing and stuff like that. Did it arrive in from Las Vegas like that, or is that something you've done yourself?
No, it didn't arrive like that. I've done that all myself.
Okay, and interior and stuff, was it like that, or have you done that as well?
The interior was there. I've had some new covers and just spruced it all up. I've done quite a bit of work in the interior as well.
And there's factory mags on that, or is it aftermarket stuff?
They're actually pressed steel. They're factory, but they were aftermarket. You had to order them as extras.
Okay, and I noticed it's a convertible, is that correct?
It is a convertible.
Oh, heck, so middle of winter, obviously, you won't be driving down with the roof down too much today, I wouldn't imagine.
No, not often. I have driven it in the winter with the roof down, and it's bloody cold to say anything else. It's real brass monkey stuff with the roof down.
Okay, and you obviously come to this, the Tour of Duty. How many times have you been so far?
All but the very first, where it's an annual pilgrimage for us now.
Okay, and of course it's something you enjoy. Is it the social side of it, or you just like being a car enthusiast, just showing it off with everybody else?
Yeah, all of the above and more. The biggest cruise we've done was Bluff to Reinga and return.
Oh, heck, that's a bit of a trike.
Yeah, we went north on 2011 to the Mustang Nationals in Auckland with it. We picked up first prize in our category, so it was a great trip.
Absolutely, and it's an absolutely immaculate car as well. So, well, that's thank you very much for the interview, and we might catch up you through out the day somewhere along the line.
Oh, you're very welcome.
Back on the road as the tour makes its way to Tuatapere, with some of the tour deciding to stop at the Oropoki Tavern, a very small seaside town between Colac Bay and Tuatapere. With just a quick trip to Oropoki, the tour then gets on the road and makes their way to the YL Hotel, where they meet up with everybody.
Okay, folks, here we are at the YL Hotel in Tuatapere, and we are on the Tour of Duty, of course. We've done a few Ks now, about, halfway, quarter of the way through there anyway. And we've got a chance now to catch up with Neil Sadlier, who's got this beautiful Chev. And tell us a little bit about this car, Neil.
It's a 65 SS Impala. I've had it 20 years. It's factory big block 4-speed. I've done it up very few times. It just ticks along. It's a good car.
So the history of it, did it come in from the States, or was it a car that was already in New Zealand?
I got it, and it was in New Zealand when I got it. It come in 65. An American guy brought it over, and it's had 2,000 mile on the clock when I brought it over. And so it's been here basically all its life. So.
Okay, so when you say you've done a few changes to it, have you changed the colour, done the motor up? What sort of things have you done to it?
It's had a full panel and paint. I put the scoop on, put the flames on it. Well, someone done the flames for me. Robbie and Insignia Signs done that. Done the motor up. That's about it, really. Yeah. So.
Is it a rare thing, or is it pretty common sort of a car?
It's a reasonably rare car, being factory big block 4-speed. But as far as a 65 SS goes, they're pretty common. But yeah, The big block 4-speed thing is a sort of a rare thing with these, yeah.
Okay, well, it looks like an absolutely fantastic looking machine. And do you ever drag race it, or is it just strictly for cruising and show?
No, I've drag raced it, yeah, it does. I've done a 14.6 is the best times I've done on it. It's basically a cruiser, yeah.
What's the cubes on the motor?
396.
Okay, so she's a big motor ride, isn't it? Oh, well, it looks absolutely fantastic. It's my favourite one of the whole event so far. So, looks absolutely fantastic, and best of luck for the rest of the trip.
Great, thanks very much.
The tour now heads off from Tuatapere and starts making their way to Blackmount, where the community set up a lunch for them all as a fundraiser before heading off to Manapouri and then on to Te Anau. With some of the world's best scenery, if you've ever wanted to do a trip to the Deep South, make sure you include this drive in your plans.
Alrighty, we're halfway now. It is the Blackmount Hall is where we're at. Of course, it's our lunch stop halfway pretty much to our final destination, which is Te Anau. And we've got a chance now to catch up with Wayne. Now, mate, this Mustang of yours here is a beautiful looking machine, but bright. So did you get it this colour, or is it something that you do sort of done up yourself?
No, I didn't do it up myself. I bought it like this and I've done a few things to it. I've had about 6 or 7 years.
Okay, so what year is it? What motor is it running?
It's 1970. Convertible, and it runs a 302 Windsor.
And you wouldn't be putting the roof down much today, I wouldn't imagine. It's not very warm, is it?
Definitely not.
So tell us, has it been one of those projects that you've sort of done a wee bit to here and there, or is it any major rebuilds along the way?
No, it's really cost me next to nothing as far as maintenance goes. You know, it's just keeping it as it is, try and keep it tidy.
Okay, so and the motor itself, 302 is it?
302, yeah, it runs sweetly, yeah.
Yep, C4 in it?
Yes.
And it's got the 9-inch rear as well?
Yes.
So it's got all the toys?
It's all right, yeah, good. Goes well.
Here we are at Manapouri, and the last stop for the team from the Pits TV. Now, Manapouri is a lakeside town that has some unmatched scenery with mountains surrounding the town, and is just as beautiful in winter as it is in summer. Another gem in the lower South Island crown.
Okay, Tour of Duty 2015. We're at the Manapouri Boozer, and got a chance now to catch up with Red, who's got this beautifully presented Ford. Malcolm, first and foremost, tell us all about the car.
62 Fairlane, original 221, reconditioned and pretty much original, just lowered, mags, pretty much original apart from that, yeah.
Okay, so the car itself, you've obviously bought it like this, was it?
Pretty much, I've tidied it up a wee bit, lowered it, and put the mags on it, basically. That's all I've done, and reconditioned the engine.
Okay, so something like this worth a few dollars these days, or?
The last valuation was 22,000, but that was a few years ago, so maybe more now. But.
Okay, so Tour of Duty for you. Have you done a few of them?
Yeah, I've done a few. This is the third time I've bought my car. The last year we came with my mate, and yeah, no, it's good.
And the car, right? Yeah, like 221 cruises along the open roads, all right? Sort of designed for that type of thing, is it?
It's not a power pack. She's just a cruiser, but no, ticks along all right. Yeah, good.
Alrighty then. So, in the future, any plans to do a bit of a rebuild on it, or are you quite happy the way it is?
One day when I can afford it, I might respray the whole thing, but apart from that, nothing else. No.
Yeah, I know. I've seen you used to live down a couple of doors down from me, and you've owned this thing for quite some time. How many years have you had it for?
9 years. 2006, I bought it. Yeah.
And good investment, is it? Yeah, like going on car runs like this, has that sort of been something that's been good for you and social life and all that sort of stuff?
Oh yeah, it's good. Yeah, good value. Apart from having to drive, but you catch up when you get there.
Absolutely, that's the whole thing about this Tour of Duty is you get the chance to stay overnight in Te Anau and sort of let the hair down a wee bit, so to speak.
Yeah, you got to watch the next day though with this lower limit now. So they've got a breath tester at the hotel, so we're about to check it ourselves out in the morning, make sure we're good to go.
So what if you get stuck there and you can't drive, just go back to the pub and sit there till Monday?
Yeah, we'll have to stay another night.
Okay, Tour of Duty 2015, we're at the Manapouri pub. Is there nice wee place to be this today. A bit cold, but still, we're still here, and I've got a chance there to catch up with Paul, and he's got this beautiful Chev that's standing in front of us here. Paul, get it like this, or did you build it up yourself?
Pretty well got it as it is. Yep.
Seems to be a lot of guys have done that. Is it just easy to do it that way? Just don't have the hassles of having to build?
Oh, it's a bit beyond me to build some of these things, and I just wanted to get the use out of it. So rather than sit for 5 years in the garage, I thought might as well buy one ready to go.
It's a good idea, actually. So tell us a bit about the car. What is it, and what motor and stuff are you running in it?
It's a 1957 Chev Sports Coupe. It's got a 350 with twin fours on it, a 700R 4-speed trans, and just standard diff.
Okay, and of course, it, by the sounds of all those specs, it'll probably hum along all right too, does it?
It goes pretty well, yeah. It's not high horsepower or that, but it goes along nicely, yeah.
Have you ever had it down the quarter mile?
No.
So just the cruiser?
Yep.
All right, so Tour of Duty is what we're on today, and have you done a few of those, or?
This is only my second one. It was quite a few years ago since I've been on one.
Okay, and the car itself, you done anything? You just got it the way it is, and nothing been done to it at all?
Oh, I put the twin fours on it, and that's really about it. As it sits as I got it.
So a trip like this, one of these big giant V8s and stuff like that, what sort of cost would it cost, like for your fuel to do a round trip from Te Anau, to Te Anau and back?
It was about $150 to fill it up, and we're not quite used half, so we may get home, but I doubt it. We'll $200 maybe.
You think that the garages in Te Anau would love you guys, once a year dropping in there and draining the town of fuel?
Yeah, definitely. There's a few here. There's 70 or 80 cars, so you average that fuel out, and most of them will have to fuel up to get home, so it'll be good for them.
Absolutely. Well, thank you very much for taking the time to talk to us. And
no worries at all. Cheers.